Yes. Hello and welcome to Bulls, Bear and Banter. आज सजीत सा नहीं है.
सजीत सर आएंगे.
Okay, ठीक है. Even I wasn't aware, so yes. But markets remain range bound.
Not unexpected. Today, I think portfolios must be bleeding a little. I think I may be wrong. A lot of fancied stocks, except for if you are a Zomato
Eternal and Swiggy.
and a info edge investor, or maybe a Paytm and a.
But
BSNL.
sir, frankly बताओ, कुछ outstandingly खास लगा हम लोग के commentary से कि lot of it was just sentimental build up. How much of it is sentimental build up? How much of it is?
But इसमें तो you can argue कि पूरा sentimental build up है ना, because you put up any valuation argument, you will feel कि sentiment in the sense it's a show of faith. People are putting up the faith that these platform businesses at some point of time, whatever. I just feel now, I was just thinking about it as a layman, right? With the critical size that they have now, they put up some measure around. I mean, I'm just think of it how I don't know the exact stats and how much it has done and all of that, but my just gut feel, how easy has it been for Zomato to get a critical size for district? They are Zomato. They have put it out. It's on the app. People go, people sign up. Khadak. Just the volume, sheer volume. So now they've, and Blinkit is even more, right? Presumably.
Yes.
At some point of time, they will do an offshoot of Blinkit as an app, right? Not cannibalizing Blinkit, but that people log into Blinkit. Oh, do this. Log into this app. Just the critical size of the apps that will get built out for them, and for everybody else for that matter. So I think, which is what a lot of I think Pankaj Murarka of Renaissance Capital always used to say that way. That and when I remember this actually, and it's on record by the way, because Pankaj Murarka and I interviewed Sanjeev Bikhchandani together back when Zomato was 45 or 50. They recommended at that point of time that people are underestimating the power of these platforms. Pankaj तभी भी बोलता था कि at some point of time you will see these businesses coming onto the indices, and people smirk whatever it is कि नहीं क्या बोल रहा है, and then Eternal is now on the index, and now I mean the user rate etc and all of that is growing. So I think they've gotten a critical size, they've gotten the capital, they have the know-how of how to approach this, right? Which others are not able to. The established businesses are not quite able to replicate what a Zomato or a Swiggy is able to do.
And take that risk and do the cash burn. They're just not able to. There has to be a willingness to that too, right?
Yeah.
So if you're an investor, you want to be part of a project which is willing to burn that kind of money.
And it's
Go
not that the
after
other
that
side doesn't have
opportunity.
capital.
Correct.
Let's assume I'm ABC Corporation, who
Correct.
can burn 15,000 crores. Eternal can raise 15,000 crores.
Why ABC also? Why not an HUL? Why not a,
Whoever.
Yeah. I mean,
So I think they are now.
3 lakh crore in market cap.
That's what I'm saying. It's a critical size now. And you got to admire that they nubs pakad liye, right? In a sense. So I'm a user, right? And I can see that I can't do without it.
Yeah. So am I.
Either of the platforms that I may be using, but
I called for ice cream last night on Zomato. So I didn't get on Swiggy, I got on Zomato. So I used it and I told myself, hey, this stock was up 7% today. So contributing to the numbers.
Quite crazy.
But
quite crazy.
But at the same time, valuations are nowhere cheap, right? And that's something to be flagged off.
But so since we are talking of valuations, right? Picture this. I'll tell you a statistic which should blow your mind. Hang on. And right here. So XRP, it's a blockchain platform for cross-border payments. I'm sure they're not making money right now. I haven't looked at the business. They've surpassed the market cap of McDonald's, and they are within kissing distance of American Express.
Wow. Damn.
Now, see, that's the point I'm making. So a lot of these new businesses are coming up, and they've caught at the fancy of investors. And then sometimes you can't argue the wisdom of the crowds. You can't. Whether this will sustain, who knows? But do I believe that 5 years out or 7 years out, will these businesses be much larger than what they are? I certainly believe so. I certainly believe.
Larger, define larger. Larger in market cap, larger
Market
in
cap, profitability. I mean, Harsh, ye socho aap, I was just,
profitability. I would understand, but market cap is
why not?
Yeah,
Why shouldn't these
isn't it?
businesses trade at 15 lakh crores at some point of time? Genuinely पूछ रहा हूं मैं.
So okay, so
Combined, huh? I'm not saying Zomato will become that or Swiggy will
yeah,
become
yeah,
that.
sure. So
But sorry, here's the point I'm trying to make. Harsh, you and I both have sampled this brand of desserts called Mimi's, right?
yes,
Mimi's got sold, I'm told, for 250 crores. How did Mimi's become so famous and big? They transported the desserts how? Via some of these apps. Now, I don't know whether it was on Zomato or something like that, but I know that I used it in one of the apps. I'm forgetting which one.
yeah, same.
The businesses that get created. By the way, it's a fabulous time to create your own brand.
Yeah, of course.
Because now the distribution is taken care of.
Exactly, either through a YouTube or either through a Zomato, however you take it, or through a Paytm for that matter. I mean,
Whichever shape or form,
yeah,
whatever business
exactly.
is.
So no doubt about that. But yes, I mean, there's huge disruption going on, and sometimes we ignore all of these businesses in the rigmarole of what an HDFC Bank is doing, and what an HUL is doing, and what a Hindustan Zinc is doing, or yeah. So
ना, पैसा डूब सकता है. I'm not saying no. I don't think it will go out. But I'm saying 300 या 310 पे आप खरीदोगे, शायद 250 जा सकता है, शायद 200 जा सकता है. Who knows, right? Macquarie is a target of 150.
150.
So
And I had a huge discussion on this group today as to why Macquarie would keep a target price of 150 on a stock which is already at 300. But I mean, okay, so maybe that discussion for another day. Maybe we've overdone the whole
Yeah.
Zomato piece. But
Zomato,
keep
Swiggy,
keep one
Zepto.
thing in mind, and this is fact, right? The profit after tax number has to be adjusted for the other income. The other income alone is around 400 crore in this quarter. You want to kind of just take care of that, is all that I'm putting out. I'm not kind of recommending anything, but just look at that number, because that is also one of the drivers of profit after tax. And in a cash burning business, your cash balances will come down. So that's something you should keep in mind. Yes. Sorry, what else do we have today? Eternal, of course, is the big story.
For the day.
SBI,
Yeah, it was fabulous. The subscription. Did you
very well
anticipate this?
accepted. Very well accepted.
Did you anticipate this
So
subscription?
it was floating around in circles that the subscription was 4.5 times, and even the price of 817 was floating around. So broadly had a view, but okay, maybe 3 weeks ago, I may not have anticipated this, because the interest was just so strong in a PSU bank with an ROA of 1%, and you have, of course, it's the largest bank in the country. All credit to SBI, but you also have certain metrics which will get diluted as a result of the equity raise, right? Which is to some extent the ROA as well. So you want to factor that in post issue, etc., etc. So so I didn't expect it to have such a blockbuster push, but I guess what the street is viewing in to this is, one, the liquidity in the system is quite strong at this point. Second is that the stock has come off the highs, so it's not exactly at they've not done a fresh issue at all time high, right? So that would have been very impressive. Uh, so a couple of those parameters is probably what the street is penciling in to say that, okay, we're willing to pay market price if we're getting a decent chunk of this business. Maybe that's how people are thinking of it, because otherwise, why wouldn't an investor just go to market and buy it? Why?
Impact cost?
Yeah, that's true. That's probably the only thing which is which I'm spelling out actually. LIC going out and buying 5,000 crore will be market moving. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, other than that, can't think of much. Hello, sir.
आप पहले मुर्गा बनो.
मुर्गा बन के नीचे अंदर तक जाना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, तो लेट आने का वो पनिशमेंट होता है.
So
So
you were
should
just
Sajeet
wasting
become
time.
a murga
So you were
or
just
no?
wasting time so that
No,
you
no,
can-
no. Should Sajeet become a murga or no for coming this late? Let's run a poll.
But before that, guys, before the poll, 30 likes. वो तो बंदा है, उसके बिना poll नहीं मिलेगा.
हाँ, नहीं but poll तो मिल सकता है. Poll करो और just should Sajeet become a murga or no for coming late? Yes or no? Please run that.
वाह वाह वाह, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड.
अरे
क्या 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 बात होगी?
हो गया.
So आपके favorite पे तो बात हो गई है.
कौन सी
Eternal.
हो गया?
Eternal. And Niraj sir is extremely bullish. He's saying 15 lakh crore market cap
मार्केट क्या?
in the next 3 years.
3 years.
I'm joking.
I
आप-
by the way, please
आपने-
don't take it
आपने-
literally.
Please rewind and watch. I do a lot of all this.
इन्होंने क्या बोला? 350 रुपए जाएगा या
मस्ती कर रहा हूँ.
170 रुपए जाएगा,
मस्ती
जैसे
कर
राहुल
रहा
जी ने बोला था. दौलत
मैंने बोला कि no, my argument. Anyway,
Yeah, we've done enough. We've done
Too
enough.
much of
So
Zomato.
maybe you'll have to go back and rewind and watch, and maybe we'll argue tomorrow.
यस
on
वी
this.
कैन. वो ये अभी चलता रहेगा.
पर 15 लाख करोड़ का नंबर कोटेड था. तो
अच्छा, इन्होंने कोट कर दिया.
टाइमलाइन कोडेड नहीं थी.
बिल्कुल. सर आपने टाइमलाइन भी बताया था कि कब तक होगा वो?
नहीं.
नहीं ठीक है, अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं.
दिखता हुआ है.
आगे बढ़ते हैं. Bajaj Finance MD quits.
Yeah, I thought it
What
was
happened?
a non-event.
Yeah, it's
To
a
my
non-event.
mind. I said it in the morning also.
What happened means you
You're living under. You're an ostrich living under a rock.
नो नो, मैं क्यों
चित्रमुख की तरह.
नहीं,
मिट्टी में
मेरा सवाल ये है कि
What is
क्यों
that term? चित्रमुख. नहीं.
so
What is that term? Do you guys know?
no, I don't know.
चतुर्मुख ऐसे कुछ क्या कहते हैं वो?
नहीं so I
No, what I'm asking, why did he quit? That's the question I'm asking.
so you know the answer from one Nifty 50 company to likely the other.
But I heard another name also for that Nifty 50 company.
Shuturmurg.
हाँ?
Shuturmurg.
अच्छा, आप गूगल से दे सकते
Of course. Shuturmurg. हाँ, पढ़ेंगे.
दो एग्जीक्यूटिव एक तलवार में दो एक म्यान में दो तलवार कैसे रह सकती है यार? ये तो बताओ.
वो नहीं पता. But
एक एग्जीक्यूटिव वाइस चेयरमैन
clearly
और दूसरा एग्जीक्यूटिव एमडी.
clearly लग तो
और
रहा
है ये म्यान तो एक ही है.
नहीं clearly लग तो रहा है कि I mean what would any other reason be? I mean he's
I'm just asking you a simple
yeah.
question.
Even I'm asking you a simple question. Fairly simple.
क्योंकि
What
मैंने
could
तो-
the other reason
क्योंकि
be?
मैंने तो कोई और नाम सुना कल. एक और नाम सुना मैंने.
हाँ मैंने भी सुना.
हाँ, जो अर्ली रिटायरमेंट लेके चला गया था.
हाँ
एक अर्ली रिजाइन 3 महीने के अंदर रिजाइन किया और एक अर्ली रिटायरमेंट लेके चला
जिसका
गया.
स्टॉक 5% गिर गया. अभी बता ही दो ना, नाम ही बता दो.
दोनों के नाम में वही है ना, नाम तो से दोनों का एक
दोनों के सेम ही नाम
Same ही नाम है.
but my sense is
राजीव वर्सेस राजीव चल रहा है उधर में.
but my sense is that this could be it, right? So because of the way this has happened overnight हो गया and whatever. But I mean I don't think it's a significant negative for Bajaj Finance. In fact I was
But
looking
that
at
business
the
has a good continuity and
very strong bench.
strong bench.
यार 54 years का है यार. राजीव this
नहीं
नहीं अनूप नहीं राजीव जैन.
राजीव जैन.
He's 54 years old. I feel like as if
Even if he was 57, it
so
was
much
okay.
to.
Even if he was 57, it's okay. Yeah,
He was 39 when he started.
No, but what I'm saying is, let's assume he was 57. What stops a Bajaj Finance over the next 3 years from saying that yes, we appointed Rajiv, but we found a suitable candidate. Rajiv is grooming him for the next 1.5 years.
Correct.
And then the person will become an MD. Or that, no, Rajiv was supposed to be for 3 years, but we've got somebody who's very good. So we're giving it this thing role to him. Or that the 2 or 3 people that we were grooming. So maybe the call was, oh, Rajiv Jain has groomed this guy for 7 years and now he's quit. Now, if they did that and if there was maybe nobody suitable or nobody suitable at the current point of time, maybe they will groom 4 people now. कि आप चारों के चारों करो और बाद में 1% could become one. You know, no more suitable one.
At one
As
point
long
in
as it's
time-
Rajiv Jain at the helm,
I agree.
all is sorted.
And you know, at one point in time, you saw that kind of bench happening in ICICI Bank.
Yes.
हाँ 6-7 थे.
6-7 थे. मतलब प्रॉब्लम होती थी कि भाई
कौन
बनेगा और इसलिए सबको
बाकी सब निकल गए.
एक बिजनेस में डाल दिया सीईओ बना के.
KV Kamath at his best ages. So yeah, but I don't think Bajaj Finance was a big deal. Really, it was a big news, but it wasn't a big deal from a stock perspective.
I agree.
Yeah, the interesting was cement though. Good
Oh
results.
yes.
We
Good results,
expected
stocks
good
are strong.
realization coming in for many of the companies. JK का भी अच्छा था, and then Ultratech also was good. actually.
स्टॉक रिएक्शन नहीं मिला, पर नंबर्स तो बड़े अच्छे थे.
Yeah. आज थोड़े थोड़े स्टॉक्स ऊपर भी हैं, एक दो, सारे नहीं, बट सबका. Sagar was below expectation, so therefore I think the reaction, the way it has been, and maybe not as much, but otherwise ठीक है. Let's see. It's uh,
But what do you say about the market? इतना flat क्यों है?
ठीक है यार, भाई, क्यों चाहे मार्केट थोड़ा बेचारा. I mean, also, I mean, it's not a bull market in its infancy. It's gone
Yeah,
up
yeah.
quite a bit. It's trading at fairly punchy valuations, not egregious, not very low.
20 to 23 times है
का
already.
20, हाँ वही हुआ ना, right? So हो सकता है कि यहाँ पे maybe wait for a correction, bide your time, park yourself in sectors which might grow well and is still available at decent valuations if there are stuff like that.
You know, but my only thing is that we thought there will be end to uncertainty in July, because you have Fed also coming in, and then you have tariff there. But now it seems that the India tariff will not be announced by August 1, and now it can get extended to into August and maybe September, October. That's what it's saying. If that happens, then we are looking at some interim tariffs coming on August 1st.
अभी I think tariff has become a non-event. I think the market is
जिस
seeing
दिन
through
आएगा
tariff.
तब पता चलेगा कितना बड़ा इवेंट है.
देखेंगे
उसके बाद भी I think the market will be
बीच में
like,
एक महीने का गैप आ जाएगा. जैसे चाइना पे टैरिफ आ गया, तो बाद में एक डेढ़ महीने का गैप आ गया.
हाँ.
I was reading this lovely story yesterday of this guy who built out a business in China. Then when these tariffs came in, they shipped a lot of heavy machinery to Vietnam. And then the 1.5 month window came up. He again shipped all the machinery back to China to produce and send it to the US. So crazy stuff happening across the world. But yeah.
But I was looking into trade data between India and US, and April का data मैंने देखा था. April में exports to US went up by 26%. I haven't seen the May and June data. It comes with a lag, but 26% in April was a big number on a year-to-year basis, which is there. So you're going to see this, and we were talking about it, that capital goods and machineries में काफी सबसे ज़्यादा ये हो रहा है. So you will go this June, July, April, May, June. You'll see some of the capital goods company who have good exposure doing pretty well in that sense. And now we are seeing some signs of inflation coming into the US cycle as well because of the tariff which is coming in. So that's also something which is going to be something to worry about.
देखिए, वरी के लिए तो बहुत है reasons.
आज क्वेश्चन ले
और
लिया
हम
आपने
बुल है.
और केट में बुलबुल है.
That's a bad one.
That's bad one, but
Really bad one. Sorry. सजीत को मुर्गा बनना चाहिए. Yes.
आज का क्या है?
No, I mean, now we'll get the questions
Yes,
now.
okay.
I don't know. We may not have gotten 30 likes. That's why.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. No, the other thing is that I was talking to Kenneth Andrade yesterday. By the way, actually before Kenneth Andrade, guys, a lovely conversation
Inox
with
wala.
Ravi Dharamshi.
Oh.
Inoxwind Ravi Dharamshi. Inoxwind also great, but पहले Ravi Dharamshi, because we've spoken about how to invest in mega cycles, and he's given his key criteria. थोड़ा वो देखना इंटरव्यू में, थोड़ा deep है लेकिन अच्छा है. And then we've spoken about two super cycles which he believes are still existing. One of them is capital markets. The other one is CDMO. The interesting thing is, when I said, but capital markets, so therefore you invest in this or that, AMCs or brokers, what do you like? He said, oh, but you didn't ask me about some of the other things which I like. I was like, what? So he mentioned that he believed, an interesting reasoning, that go for, so you can look at exchanges, you can look at infra players, and others. And he said that, so his thought is this, right? That in AMCs, in brokers, etc., there are 10, 15 guys out there. In some of the categories in the capital market business, there are one or two players at max. And their business doesn't get disrupted by pricing due to competition, which has happened in AMCs and brokers. So he's like, why don't you look at those businesses? When you think of India moving from X trillion market cap to Y trillion and this thing, GDP from X trillion to Y trillion, market cap moving alongside, and therefore the quantum of trading going up. Though infra, the pipe players, the exchanges, they are the ones that could benefit disproportionately over a period of time. And then that line will stay forever for that really long period of time. और वहां पे तीसरे एंट्रेंट का आना, चौथे एंट्रेंट का आना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. Even for the pipe companies, I think, or the registrar companies, he thought like that. So I think it's a very, very good interview. In the whole interview of 30 minutes, there are only 3 things discussed. How does he identify mega cycles? Capital market theme, CDMO theme. That's it. But it discussed in depth. So I urge our producers to drop that interview. It's a very nice one. Please see it. It's a very nice interview. And of course, the interview with Inox GFL was very good too.
Yeah.
This whole thing around this thing. In fact, I what I'll try and do is that maybe by Friday or next week, there is this ex-CEO of one of the large companies who's made a presentation to, I think, NTPC employees or the think tank about his view on the energy transition space in India and how can NTPC take advantage of it or something like that. But he's opened up the doors of his mind to what the solar and the energy transition theme could be like. I'll try and bring it on TV, maybe Monday or Tuesday. It's a lovely presentation. I've gone to bits of it, but I haven't done the whole thing. So let me do the whole thing and then we'll kind of bring it out and then we'll talk about it here as well.
And there is a host of new IPOs which will be coming in the next 1 or 2 months. Actually, you have NSDL which is going to come in. Then maybe in a month's time, because Tata Capital will come in. So before August end, you will see Tata Capital coming out with the IPO, which will be there. And then there are a lot of companies in the solar space then who are looking to come into the market with IPO. So the solar and renewable space which you spoke about, it's now heating up. In sense, not heating up from the point of view the number of new players and the cycle which you talk about, right? Means from $2 trillion to $3 trillion and from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. Which are the companies which are taking you to that kind of market cap? And in the end, if you look at it, there will be different. Every cycle will have its own heroes and losers, which will be there. So that's something is changing. The transition which is happening as we go from 1 trillion, we add every $1 trillion to our market cap, which is the companies which are standing out. That's a good idea to work on actually.
आप कर रहे हो?
हाँ मैं कर रहा हूँ.
अरे वाह.
तो उस पे करेंगे कुछ डालेंगे.
चलो. We got 31 likes, so thank you. So let's take questions.
Chirag.
Thank you, but don't stop there. Let's hit 50 today. The producer should feel good about what we have done.
Zomato पे बहुत सवाल है. तुमने बहुत बात की होगी Zomato.
बहुत बात की है.
Roshan, my bet is on Zomato's business wise, but app wise, I like using Swiggy more. ठीक है, that's a personal choice.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. That's all.
Any thoughts on Delta Corp? It's trading below book. Key Supreme Court decision on GST ahead this week.
Sorry, come again?
Delta Corp. Would you play this Supreme Court GST on gaming?
Gaming.
Delta Corp में भी gaming कहाँ पे है? अच्छा
betting
hospitality.
कैसीनो एंड गेमिंग में जीएसटी था ना उस पे.
GST और
वो एक्चुअली
क्रॉस लेवल
बिलो द रेडार ही चला गया था एक्चुअली. लास्ट ईयर ऐसे हुआ था
और तब से ये कंट्रोवर्सी चल रहा है. But frankly, I mean, if I was told to play this, I wouldn't play this. Yeah, I mean, this is an extremely tough thing, which is not in our realm of control. So, why should you play it?
All about the fun. Results of large caps are concerned, but some mid caps results have shown a good sign. The phase where Nifty is range bound, but portfolio back on track.
Yeah, good. Then you have the right bets in your portfolio.
Exactly.
Good stuff. And that's frankly going to be the
right way to read the market as well. Actually,
bottom up.
We own Raj Ratan Global.
No view.
Shashank नहीं है हमारे पास इसका view. And we on RIL, good to add for a new next few quarter and next few quarter. Good KYC today. AGI क्या अपने?
AGI Greenback.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. N. Even I enjoyed the
RL, The next big trigger for RL is the AGM, which is expected in August, and we spoke about yesterday also about the results.
Hmm.
There are a couple of milestones which will happen in my view. I don't know in which sequence it will happen, but the first one would be the demerger of the consumer business, which is the FMCG business, which will happen, which is under process, and then subsequently either it goes for an IPO or as a hive of demerger vertical split and giving to the shareholders. That something similar to the JFS thing. The second one is on Geo. Geo is doing well, but that growth potential is not there. That spark, ARPU jump and all, which is not there, which is something which is surprising. Even though the Q1 result had a good contribution from Geo, ARPUs went up 1.3% quarter on quarter. So in that sense, retail is will happen only in my view after the FMCG demerger is completed, and then the balance sheet become a little more leaner, and the capital use which was going into FMCG and others, is taken away from the retail, so it becomes much more lighter in that sense, which happen. So these are the 3-4 things which is going to happen there if you look at how Reliance is going to do. And of course, its bread earner is O2C. If the cycle turns for them, then it's going to start generating cash. It's very muted cycle for them. तो नेक्स्ट 2 to 3 quarters तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से. उसके बाद 27 28 या 26 27 28 में you will have this kind of thing which is there. But that's my view.
Where is the genius Sajeet sir?
कहाँ पर है? हम तो है सामने.
Sumit R.
Sumit R is saying.
N is saying.
And is saying as long as the murga can come back tomorrow, he can become the murga.
वाह,
बनो मुर्गा अभी. कल हम आपको लेके आएंगे वापस.
And
Speedo.
Tejas
Sajeet-
Gambhir is saying, Sajeet sir, please take care of your health. You're not well or what?
Yeah, his voice. I
My
think.
voice.
वाह Sajeet sir.
देखो सर,
लोग मेरा आवाज भी पहचानते हैं
देखो.
आजकल.
कितनी
नीरज सर,
प्यार,
आपके लिए क्वेश्चन
प्यार.
है. क्वेश्चन फॉर नीरज सर.
हाँ.
Should I keep deploying surplus funds slowly into the markets or wait for something like a 50 DMA reversal? Decently invested but have new funds coming in. पैसा बहुत आ रहा है इस मार्केट में, पर मार्केट कहीं नहीं जा रहा है.
When in doubt, stay out. Not really. Yeah, I think timing तो थोड़ा difficult है ना. Like कितने लोगों ने वो 22,000 पे they said कि no, we'll wait for 21 and बाद में chance ही नहीं मिला. I think SIP करो यार. Who can time it? And frankly, as I think रोशन आपने बोला, किसी और ने बोला था ऊपर ये कि it's all about the fund ने बोला था कि निफ्टी फ्लैट है लेकिन इंडिविजुअल स्टॉक्स चल रहे हैं. So छोड़ो 50-day reversal. If a sector has got good valuations and decent earnings growth, might be good to buy. Sector stock. Right? Now sectoral buying is gone. मतलब हम लोग sector बात करते हैं because we can't record stocks, but everybody talks about bottom up ideas within stocks as well, sectors as well.
Let's take 2 questions together. Speedo is asking your views on Paytm and Dixon. And
पेटीएम कल तक वेट करते हैं. सॉरी, पेटीएम कल तक वेट करते हैं. रिजल्ट्स आज आएगा, कमेंट्री भी आज आ जाएगा.
तो क्वेश्चन है
It's a beat. It's a beat on expectations. 3% QOQ is the expectation on the top line.
There was a
EBITDA will be positive. That is no contribution. वो सब नहीं. EBITDA number will be positive. ESOP cost will come down sharply below 100 crore number, and
that's why it will be positive.
And slowly they'll start moving towards
Paytm
PAT.
used to come early morning or before noon. अभी तक आया नहीं है.
नहीं सर, लास्ट टाइम ही शाम को आया था. पोस्ट मार्केट है.
मतलब I've seen उनके अपडेट्स तो मॉर्निंग्स में आते थे.
आज अपडेट्स मॉर्निंग्स में आते थे. वो तो एंजल वन सारे अपडेट्स मॉर्निंग्स में आते थे.
Take your neck out and say will it fly like Paytm?
Like Eternal, you mean?
Eternal, huh?
No, it will surely not fly like Eternal because the stock has run up, is my sense. But I mean, who knows, right? I mean,
but business ही कितना अलग है ना, थोड़ा fight है उसको.
Yes.
वो sentiment change करना जो Eternal में change हो चुका है.
Yes.
आपको लगता है हो गया है?
Eternal में तो sentiment 100% है. We just spoke about it in detail. I was very impressed with the way they gathered the people on district, and they'll do more. But let's move on.
Hello.
We'll talk about it or lunch.
Yes. Surajan, whenever a research company comes out with a report or buy report, the next moment the stock comes down.
Suraj, that's a great observation, but I don't think that's what happens. I don't think
it happened in many stocks like KRN, GEM. Do you agree if these companies is giving exit? देखो मुझे मेरा तो इतना मानना है
Don't
कि-
generalize. I think there
नहीं,
might be
नहीं,
errant promoters, one off, but
no. My thing is that research analysts are very stubborn in accepting that कि they उनका price target have not met
because they have to justify it on an
Macquarie
Excel.
on Eternal 150 rupees.
अभी आया
Underperform आया था.
अभी
No, but they have to justify it, no?
Macquarie on 150, डॉलर का 170 है, City has 370 if I'm not wrong.
Somebody has 400.
400.
400
They
also.
increased. Jeffries, I think.
Very hungry.
हाँ.
Yeah, but
अनारदाने
sense guy has to
अनारदाने
justify it
खा
on
रहे हो
an
सर
Excel.
और दुनिया नहीं अनारदाने खा रहे हो आप
चलिए.
और
Frankly, बहुत questions है और ले पाएंगे क्या? It's
हाँ,
squad
एक दो क्वेश्चन जल्दी जल्दी लेते हैं.
Okay. Whatever
ठीक है?
you say. Whatever
लिख-
Sajeet sir says.
Parth Ramani, any view on liquor business as India UK FTA will be signed soon?
Positive है मोटा मोटी, but संभाल के invest करो. The ones which are on a low base going towards premiumization are the ones to bet on, I think.
और भाग भी गए हैं stocks.
So be
Suraj,
careful, yeah.
Suraj Jain is asking, is this option writers market? Yes, it is option writers market, and it's becoming very what do you call volatile. So I would say, कि stay out of it. Don't get your hands burned in that sense because it's
Stay out of the market.
no out of option writing.
Option writing.
Derivative. मैं क्या बात कर रहा हूँ because you know it churns very fast. So I wouldn't recommend retail investors, putting money and losing money in options, basically.
This one's for you, Niraj sir. Crazy Crux, the masterminds behind this show, which is both of you all, deserve a raise. Nahin, behind the thought process of the show, I didn't design, frankly. So I just came and sat. But
Rahul Kamal, I hope you are listening to this.
so yes.
We
But आप मुझे party दे सकते हो because I'm part of it.
अब आप अनार लाने दो इनको भी
हमारी तरफ से
हमारी तरफ से पार्टी की जगह पे
You
अनार
gotta
लाने
raise.
की.
Thank you.
We on walk hard. Looks like turnaround story is panning out, which is right. We have seen
The stock has also shown that.
shown that, right?
So there, okay, but the view is that WCK 5222 का जो Zenix का जो finally वो जो होना है वो भी बाकी है. So that piece is still left, but the stock has rallied quite a bit.
Okay, I think we're now coming to an end there. Why Transrail light stocks is going down 10%. तुम्हारा करा ना?
So we just did an interview, no?
अच्छा, Transrail
After that, I did a KYC as well.
हाँ,
वही बोल रहा हूँ.
10% नीचे चला गया. क्या किया तुमने?
KYC किया.
तो बताओ क्या हुआ उसमें?
No, the commentary looked good. They have a 3 times book to bill, which is already there. They're gunning for 15-20% growth at 12% margin. The commentary overall was good. Why don't you? I mean, so I can
please
go on
drop
and
that
on.
interview.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, better to just look at the KYC
in
interview
the
and-
T&D space,
Yeah.
in electrical space, that's the biggest segment which is coming in from a point of view. Means the kind of targets we have till 2030. And there's a good report which I read, and many of the companies are sitting on 3 to 4 years का जो order book है, that which you spoke about, right? And deployment time for each of the products is not more than 18 months. So these companies will have to come out with either capacity expansion or how they are going to address this kind of market which is there. So if you are able to scale it up, you are in good for this. Which is your pick between JM versus LT Finance versus Poonawalla, or maybe Gold Loan NBFC is a better play?
भाई साहब ये last question
हाँ.
48 हो गया है. चलो हर्ष जल्दी बताओ.
L&T Finance is a lender. Poonawalla is also a lender, but growing at 50%. JM Financial is not a lender anymore. They're too very small in terms of lending, so not a comparable. And I can't pick, so I'm not going to give a recommendation.
But is there any other fundamentally good NBFC which you?
So
Bajaj Finance.
So L&T Finance. Okay, I'll quickly give you some takeaways. L&T Finance said that credit cost will be around 2.5%. 2.5% ROA.
Top 5 NBFCs rank करके बताओ.
अरे यार
तुम्हारे लिए आसान कर दिया मैंने.
Controversial कर दिया सर.
ऊपर से नीचे.
I mean, I'll have to do a valuation as well, right? So
कभी तो कभी इसको चुप कराने में आसानी बताओ
नहीं बता सकता सर, छोड़ो ना यार, नहीं बोल सकता.
अच्छा ठीक है, वैल्यूएशन में
I
बताओ
can't.
कि हाउ डू यू मींस इफ यू हैव टू रैंक 1 2 3 4 5
I,
दिस
I
इज द
would
रैंकिंग
I
फॉर
would I would look at it this way, okay, and everyone should do their own research. But I would look at it this way: look at the ROA that the NBFC is clocking, and look at the price to book. There are some very interesting NBFCs which do uh, very very stable ROAs at a far lower price to book. That should be one of the many benchmarks you look at. Then of course you look at management caliber, disclosures, you look at, and we have dealt with plenty of them on KYC as well. So, and some of those names are on that list of KYC. Do your own research, guys. I mean, it's the best way to do it, I think.
चलो
We were having pomegranate, by the way. So that's it.
अनार
चलो.
दाना उसी को कहते हैं ना.
Another. Let's wrap. चलो.
चलो, but here's two recommendation for you: Happiest Minds and Eureka Forbes.
Yeah, Eureka
For
Forbes is on the
KYC.
list. Happiest Minds we'll add.
चलो, thank you.
Hersh,
हाँ जी,
please go and check the